So yesterday I talked about gaslighting, but today I want to carry on a conversation about how the gaslighting occurs, like where in your organs. So if you think about your chakras, Roy G. Biv, like the red chakra starts at the very bottom, then the womb is your orange ray, the yellow, your solar plexus chakra is the yellow ray, and then the heart is the green ray. So if you think about the organs which are within the chakras, the organs are actually the ones that create the emotions, and your frequency, the rate that you vibrate at, is created through the emotions of that organ. That's why the chakras are the wheels. The wheel represents this movement, and the movement is of your energy, and the energy is the emotion that comes out of the organ, and it is also an electrical impulse because the energy comes through the organ and it comes up, it goes through the heart chakra, it magnetizes, then it goes to your brain, which is your heart is the magnet, your brain is the electric component of this system that we live in on this 3D world. So the hologram is that you create, and I call it a hologram because you feel like it's happening to you, but it's all like the emotion was already created in, let's say, the kidney. The kidney holds a lot of fear, and if your adrenals release fear, and the adrenals would be in your solar plexus chakra, the yellow ray, it's going to come up, including the back, the spine too. The emotion comes up, but within seconds, because perfusion of the cells happens so quickly in the blood. Your body is an antenna. Your body is so smart. So that energetic perfusion, energy gets perfused through the blood, and you interpret it of like however your experiences have been with fear, dealing with, let's say it's money right there and then. It was something that you were doing with money, and it created, the adrenals created a quick emotion, therefore diffuse this emotion through your bloodstream, and you then interpret it as whatever you interpret it, whatever fear you hold towards that thing. So what does this have to do with gaslighting? Your body is always gaslighting you until you have control of your emotions. So let's talk about the chakras one more time. Now we know each chakra is basically your organ. Each organ emits an energy, releases a energy, which is your vibration, based on how you interpret that energy. Is it fear? Is it love? How are you going to interpret it in your electrical brain? The impulses interpret it, and this then becomes your frequency, and this is how you attract. Now, I know this is a lot of information. Now, if you go back to let's talk about gaslighting and how your organs are constantly gaslighting you until you become aware of the emotions, and each emotion has its own avenue through the body. It has a feeling. So for example, I know when I'm in complete fear, when I'm really scared, I know that this fear is coming from my solar plexus. It just feels different. It's like, but I know when I'm having anxiety, it's a different feeling. Anxiousness, it comes from for me, I feel like it comes from the womb, and it comes up into my head, and it feels different in my body. It's heavier, like not heavier in a sense of where like fear almost, oh shit, I have to make a decision right now. I treat it like that. Whereas anxiety, it just lingers. It's a fucking heavy, lingering feeling, and I know it's anxiety. So what I do now in my brain, because I recognize it, I observe it. Okay, this is my womb. It feels anxious about this situation right now, but you know what? Everything's fine. Nothing's wrong. Everything's fine. And I literally talk to myself like that. So how does the body gaslight you? Now, your root chakra, the red ray, and Brian, is it Brian Grant? Something Grant talks about this on YouTube. He's the mathematician, the math guy. Anyways, what he says, and it makes complete sense to me, is if you look at the organs in your body and the chakras, okay? The bottom ones are digestive. So the food you eat is really important because your bottom chakras are the ones that are going to be slow, more sluggish, because they have more work going on. You digest from like down this way, right? So your energy in those chakras is going to be slower in those organs, especially if you're eating shit food. If you're eating shitty food, your digestion is going to be sluggish, your chakras are going to be sluggish, your organs are going to be sluggish, okay? So going back to the root chakra, the red ray. So how you want to can energetically, and use this as a tool, measure the vibe of how much gaslighting your own body is doing to you is you can look at it as judgment versus understanding. So for example, your root chakra is 7, so you have 7, let's say you have 7 chakras. So your root chakra is 6 out of 7 judgment, 1 out of 7 understanding. Your root chakra. Your crown chakra up here, when you get to the crown chakra, when you have done enough observing, you have now observing the energy emitted by your organs, and you don't respond to the emotions, but you're like, no, I know where this is coming from and I am not going to respond to this way. This is when you begin to flip. This is what brings you to the 7 out of 7 of understanding, which is the crown chakra. Then your womb, your orange ray, which is right above the red ray. In your orange ray, you are 5 out of 7 judgment, 2 out of 7 understanding. See, this is a tool for you to use in your life when you're trying to understand, and the reason I use the word understanding, because understanding is what brings you to love. Understanding is what dissipates judgment. Understanding yourself and your own emotions is what will give you back control and not let your body, your organs, and remember, your organs are your unconscious mind. When you start putting consciousness onto the unconscious, they don't have any more control. And when you start realizing how ridiculous these emotions can be that are emitted off the organs of your body, you're just going to be like, hell no, that was a long time ago. That ain't me. No. You're going to feel better. I feel better. I don't feel this way. And then you think about something that makes you feel better and you change it. And the organs love it. They're like, oh, okay, thanks for that consciousness. We are going to change our cellular structure a little bit. And okay, now we're not going to respond to such fear when it comes to money or a person that you're thinking about. You see? So stop gaslighting yourself and think about, really feel the emotion coming off of your organs because it's probably controlling you, and then stop letting it control you. Love you guys.